house. AK Entertainment. Good. What's good? What's good? It's your boy Drama House A Game Entertainment 216. The movement we move with. You dig? Hey man, they come in threes. You understand me? Hood stories. I got a ton of them, man. I just be jumping in and out. You understand me? From back in the days to new shit. It's all for y'all. You understand me? I'm gonna give you the real. But check it out, man. It's not probably one of the best hood stories, but I got stories for you. You understand me? Should I go get the Hennessy? Hold up for a second. You already know, man. I got him, man. I told y'all, man. How I do shit. I do it like that. You understand me? But no, real talk. Check it out, though. My man's LA, man. That's my nigga. You understand me? My nigga, he a silly nigga. He an older nigga, man. He used to do all kind of wild shit on the block, man. Sometimes he was smoking too. You understand me? But that don't even mean nothing because he was my nigga, man. He was from LA. He was a what kind of Crip was it? He was a Crip. He was a damn, I can't remember what kind of Crip he was, but he was from LA and he was living in Cleveland and he was my nigga, man. He was a silly nigga. Like the nigga, like, I was fucking with this white hoe that my mans was fucking. It was my man's hoe or whatever. But I ended up fucking with the bitch. Not fucking with her like that, but just fucking her or whatever. This nigga tell my nigga. You feel me? Even though the bitch had a husband that lived with her, my nigga was the one that was fucking her while her husband was at work. And, like, that was his bitch. But she had a husband, but the husband didn't know that she was fucking with niggas on the block. So I used to be riding my little moped and shit through the block or whatever. And I used to be hearing somebody go psst and all kind of shit, but I never knew. So one day, rest in peace to my nigga, he was on the porch and I came on the porch, whatever, we was talking and she was all up on me and shit. And I was like, you know, like, hold on, back up, because the nigga she was messing with on the side was my man's best friend. You feel me? He like, shit, nigga, I don't give a fuck. And I'm like, nah, I ain't doing it like that or whatever. So I'm trying to push the hoe off, and like, she aggressive with the shit. So later on in time, I was fucking with, I had a best friend. I was a female that lived upstairs from me or whatever, and she did some type of shit, whatever. She left me her keys or whatever, and somehow the bitch seen me or whatever, came over or whatever, and I fucked the hoe in my friend's house. You feel me? Because I had the keys or whatever. Then I end up fucking the hoe at her house. You understand me? Now look, one day, look, this shit silly as fuck. I got my skull cap on. Now back in the days, that nappy fro shit with the lineup y'all doing, that shit is not new, man. I'm one of the starters of that shit. We was doing that shit long ago. Nothing is new. Believe that, youngins. Nothing is new. So I got a nappy ass fro or whatever, and she not white, she a Puerto Rican. You know what I'm saying? So I was fucking the whole. She was giving me head. I had my hat on. I didn't really want to take my hat off because my shit was like a nappy ass fro. So when I'm like, you know, with my dick out and shit with a nappy ass fro with my hat on, so I ain't really trying to let the hoe see my hair or whatever. I don't know why I'm thinking like that. So the hoe tried to take my hat off. I'm like, no. She like, no, I love that. She like, I love that black nappy. She didn't say black nappy shit, but it was like, I understood what the hoe was saying though. So I'm like, whatever. You understand me? So I'm getting some neck or whatever. I fucked the hoe or whatever. So I'm like, damn, I'm fucking this hoe or whatever. And this a freaky ass bitch. So my man's fucking her, and then her husband probably ain't fucking her because he going to work or whatever. But check this shit out. One day, this ain't got nothing to do with the story, but one day, you know, because it used to be my man's that was fucking her, and then a bunch of niggas that hung with him hanging on the whole porch. You feel me? A bunch of black dudes hanging on the porch that be drinking 40s and shit and be rapping or whatever. So these guys ain't like drug dealers. You feel me? They not like us, but they cool. They on the block. They be drinking and shit. They call themselves the the Buzz and Cousins or whatever, they do their thing or whatever. So one day they on the porch drinking. Now the hoe got a little 25 automatic that she keep on her or whatever. I don't know if she a gangster or not, but she got a little 25 automatic on her, or one of the niggas on there, one of the niggas on the porch got a 25 automatic on them. One of them. It's something like that. So I'm outside when this shit is happening. You feel me? But I don't know exactly who had the gun or whatever. I'm outside though, right? So I'm selling dope or whatever. Vice hit the block. I walk up in the yard. They riding down the street. Now they ain't like, I'm further down. I'm like in the middle of the block, and she like towards the middle of the block. But she far from the end, but she towards like where I'm at, like maybe like 4 houses from where I'm at, 5 houses where I'm from at. So all of a sudden they slow down because they see all them niggas on the porch, and I guess they see that Puerto Rican, I don't know what. But the Vice don't give a fuck. So when they pulling up, somebody either slid her the pistol or she had the pistol on her already. She dropped the gun. Now the Vice ain't pulled up in the yard or nothing. They just pulling up the street and they slow down in front of her house. She dropped the gun and the gun go off and go through the windshield with one of the Vice motherfucking cars. Oh shit. Somebody going to jail. Nope. Ain't nobody go to jail. Believe this. Nobody went to jail. This would happen. The Vice took each one of them niggas that was on that porch into the backyard because I think they knew that the Puerto Rican bitch had the pistol, or somebody said that the bitch had the pistol, or she told on herself or something. They took all them niggas in the backyard, and you could just hear niggas screaming. Grown men. This one nigga that was like the little nigga out of all of them, he was grown, but he was the little nigga. Man, this nigga was screaming so fucking loud. It was funny, but it still was like, damn, what the fuck is they doing to these niggas? And one by one, because the niggas that, like 3 of the niggas that was on the porch, and one of the nigga that was the little nigga that was screaming, they lived past my house. One by one, they walked past and they was holding their eyes or holding their bodies or something. The Vice was back there beating the shit out these niggas. They ain't do nothing to the Puerto Rican chick or whatever. And I don't know if anybody caught a case after that. I don't think none of the brothers caught a case, or I don't know if the female caught a case, but they beat the shit out them niggas. They beat the shit out them niggas. And the only nigga, like the toughest nigga, he really wasn't screaming like that. He just came out holding his eye and he walked past. And niggas wasn't going to ask him like what they do to y'all or whatever, because they still was there. And a bullet went through one of the windshields of the Vice car. You feel me? Could have killed one of them niggas. But I don't know what made them niggas not take nobody to jail. They just took niggas in the back and beat the living shit out them niggas. And I guess that was like telling y'all niggas stop coming over here. Stop fucking with this Puerto Rican bitch or whatever. You understand me? Because they probably got calls already that niggas be on over here at this house all night. Because these niggas didn't sell dope. I'm selling dope a couple of houses down, and niggas selling dope, so they could have easily shot up on us. They shot where they seen a bunch of niggas drinking. I guess that just, or might have just caught their eye or whatever. Bitch got scared, dropped the little 25, happened to go through one of the Vice windows while they was, nigga, they wasn't even in the yard, they was on the street. So they might have kept going, just slowed down and was looking to see what was going on and kept it moving. They beat the shit out of niggas though. So that ain't got nothing to do with the story, but like I said, my man L.A., who told my nigga that I was fucking or whatever, we ain't never get into it nothing because he was fucking somebody's wife and the nigga still stayed there. He was just always at work or whatever. But this shit was crazy because they was dressing alike and all kind of shit. So I know he had feelings with a bitch or whatever. But she was a whore. She was a whore. He had to know she was a whore. But I'm like, damn, my nigga, why would you tell that shit? You feel me? And like, they used to be selling weed like on the strip. Like, it was this nigga selling weed, this OG nigga that was selling weed on the strip. And he used to have an aluminum foil. And all day, niggas would come through that bitch and buy that shit. Like, he had like like a weed block, and niggas was selling dope, but the weed is what he had going or whatever. Little small $10 aluminum foils or whatever full of weed, regular weed though. So he used to have this like handkerchief tied around his neck, like a rich dude. And then I used to see my dude who was out there hustling for him with the same handkerchief tied around his neck. And I used to be like, man, you a clown, man. And I'm a younger nigga. I'm just talking like, man, you a clown, man. And then sometimes I see the nigga he'll be hustling or whatever. And then sometimes I just see that nigga, he'll be sweating like a motherfucker. He'll be sweating like a motherfucker, man, from smoking that dope and shit. That shit was crazy, but that was my nigga. He was a silly-ass nigga, man. I remember so many stories on this silly-ass nigga. I love my nigga with all my heart, man. He was a silly nigga, man. He wasn't no crackhead either. You understand me? He was a silly nigga, and then I think I'm for sure he got off that shit. He used to be, look, he used to be fucking any bitch. It didn't matter, man. It didn't matter who this bitch was. He fucked her. He didn't give a fuck if that bitch was slow, retarded, or whatever. He fucked them. He had bad bitches, and he had the fucked up his bitches. He'll fuck them and have babies by him. You understand me? He was a fool like that. I remember we was over a chick house who he lived with or whatever, and she was an ugly motherfucker, and he had a baby by her or whatever, and she was like, nigga, she used to be talking shit like, nigga, I'll put your shit out there right now. And he'll be like, I'll put your shit out. And it's not even his house. It was just the way he say shit and shit, the way he did shit was just silly, man. I love my motherfucking nigga LA, man. Salute, you understand me, to the grave, man. That's my motherfucking nigga, man. But he started, like you know when they say old dogs don't learn new tricks or whatever? He used to start coming on the block and he used to have a little gun on him or whatever. And his nephew, that's our nigga or whatever, and he grown. His nephew and him is grown. They both grown, so it's like, it's his nephew, but they both motherfucking grown as fuck. So his nephew's like, man, you out here with a gun or whatever, you stupid or whatever. And there wasn't really no reason for a gun, and he just started moving a little bit different. And he was older than both of us. He just was moving a little bit different. So one day, he was posted on my cousin's porch, and he was hustling. We had bounced or whatever. I don't even think I was around at this time. And a chick who we used to be fucking, I know I fucked her a couple of times. And I mentioned her in the hood story, and I know he probably fucked her before or whatever. She was a little bitch that niggas probably, you know, fuck sometime or whatever. So her son, you know how you know somebody, you like you was fucking with a bitch and she had like little kids or whatever. And then as time go on, they become teenagers and shit, and they become big teenagers or whatever, and they be doing scandalous shit because the mother ain't really getting no motherfucking real bread to support them like that or whatever, or they just out here doing whatever they do because they see other niggas doing it. So the bitch that we probably both fucked, her son on a porch or whatever too. So when I guess everybody leave, he tried to rob my nigga LA, the older nigga. Now, this nigga's probably like 19, 18, and my nigga probably like 40-something. So, LA wasn't a tough guy. So, he probably looking at the past like, yeah, LA a hoe-ass nigga. This nigga was smoking away. This nigga hustling. I'm about to rob this nigga. Not knowing that LA got a pistol on him too, and LA on some other shit for some reason. So, the story I get, because I wasn't there, that once dude tried to rob him, LA pulled out his gun. And they started shooting each other on the porch. They started shooting each other on the porch, right? So, LA fucked up in the hospital. The little nigga got fucked up. He had a shit bag on him for a little while or whatever. So, now it's like, if LA died, this little nigga going to jail for murder because he was trying to rob this nigga or whatever. So, LA get out or whatever. Now, that's the shit that's what they saying. Like, even though LA is, like, out on the streets or whatever, and he good, if he happened to die, because he got blood clogs and shit, he be getting blood clogs or whatever, and he had to take his medicine to thin it out, you know what I'm saying? So, that shit don't go to his heart or whatever. So, one day, him and my cousin drinking, and my cousin could drink, you feel me? And they drinking like a motherfucker. They doing their thing, they get busted or whatever. My nigga LA go home to the same chick I told y'all that he was beefing with or whatever, that was his baby mama. And this nigga ain't been taking his medicine. We don't know this shit yet, But this nigga ain't even taking his medicine. So you know when you drink and you got blood clots in you, they thin where they can travel. This nigga go there, he was so fucked up, man. I get the story the next day. This nigga done died. This nigga done motherfucking died, man. Like, I'm saying to myself, like, this is the last nigga I feel that would die. You understand me? Like, not at this time. So, this nigga been drinking so much and not taking his medicine that the blood clots and travel to his heart. So, while he going through whatever he going through, he tell his baby mama, like, I'm about to die. He tell her this, I'm about to die. And then he died. That shit fucked everybody up, man. That fucked everybody up because he was a good nigga, man. No matter all the dumb shit he was doing or whatever, and the crack, or he might tell some shit, he was my nigga, man. I love my nigga, man. He was our nigga, man. He was our motherfucking nigga, man. Like, I want to see my nigga face right now. I can see it in my head, but like, I want to bump into my nigga, like, what's up, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because that's my dog. You understand me? That's my motherfucking brother, man. My older motherfucking brother, man. I love my nigga, man. We really miss that nigga, man. Like, we miss that nigga more than we miss a lot of people, man. For real, L.A., man. You understand me? Motherfucking L.A., man. Anthony motherfucking Hopper, man. You feel me? And that's just one story of this shit because it was like they come in threes because I had another dude that was his fucking cousin. All these people are related. That was his motherfucking cousin, and he used to be shooting hoop. You understand me? My nigga was a beast. Like, he'll fuck you up. Like, we hoop one day, and I beat the nigga. You feel me? I beat the nigga. So, I can hoop, too. I'm a little strong nigga. He's more of a thin point guard type, shooting guard type nigga, and he was in college, and he was that pretty boy type nigga that everybody thought was gonna make it or whatever, and I had beat the nigga. We had some shit called the Dust Bowl, where it be real dusty with the basketball hoop, and I had beat the nigga, and then the next game we played, I think the nigga beat me like 11-1. Nothing but turnarounds. He was so cold where he could just, like, he'd do this turnaround and just lean up on you because he was taller than me. I was sick. I was lightweight heated. You know what I'm saying? To like beat me for like 11-1. Like, and I feel like I'm the shit. And I just beat him. I was like, wait, hurt. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't even think he took the loss the way I took the loss. But like, fuck all that. So he was doing his thing or whatever. He'd come in town or whatever. He was the pretty boy or whatever. Everybody be like, bro, where you going? You making the NBA? He like, yeah, right now I'm balling over here. So he started balling overseas. So I ain't see the nigga for a while. You feel me? And I'm talking about, that's my dog. That's my nigga who died's cousin. So that's my dog. We all hood. You understand me? He wasn't selling dope and shit in the hood like that. But he was a nigga that was coming back and forth, and he was in the hood, and he was, you know what I'm saying, doing his basketball thing. And he was that nigga. One day, years later, you know, the basketball shit probably didn't jump for him on the NBA side. He just was hooping overseas. You know how time passed and shit go down. I look on the motherfucking internet and I see this nigga. I see this nigga. This nigga then became a fucking social worker. This nigga then became a social worker, right? So I'm like, damn, this nigga a social worker? And up under the social worker shit, this nigga done caught a case. This nigga caught, and I just was talking to my peoples about this nigga or whatever, and then I happen to see this shit, and I call him back. I'm like, hey, you see this shit on the internet? Man, look up this shit. This nigga on the internet, this nigga got a case for fucking with kids, like teenage bitches, and it say he was getting them, this one female, he was getting her drunk or whatever, giving her weed, and he was fucking her. You feel me? So then come to find, so once they find out some shit like that, they gonna go back in the archives like, who else this nigga been doing like that? And come to find out, it was some other motherfucking girls come out that he was doing this shit too. Now this nigga could get bitches. Like, he didn't have to do this kind of shit. So he going to court or whatever for this shit. Sentencing day, this nigga, I guess when, you know, like they take the break or whatever, this nigga skip town. This nigga leave the courtroom and skip town. His father and them looking like, what the fuck? Judge still get this nigga life in 50 years. Gave this nigga life in 50 years while he escaped already. So when they caught him, and it took a while to catch this nigga. And I was asking people like, hey, whatever happened to that? What's what's the name? Shit. They was like, oh, they caught that nigga. Yup, they caught that nigga camped out such and such and such. Gave that nigga a life in 50 years. I don't know how many girls he was doing this shit to. And this nigga was a pretty boy. This nigga got bitches. I didn't even understand why he was doing that kind of shit. You feel me? I didn't even understand what kind of... So I'm saying to myself, like, damn, you never know who you growing up with. Because, like, these niggas could be this one shit, and then they could start doing this other shit. Just like my nigga L.A. My nigga L.A. was a cool nigga. And then he started fucking with the guns and, you know, I don't know. We got fed up with some shit or whatever. And I felt like if he wouldn't have had that gun on him, dude probably would have just robbed him and gave him that little shit or whatever. And then we'd have got at that nigga after that. But L.A. pulled out. L.A. was on some other shit. I guess he was like, nigga, I'm not the nigga y'all think I am. You feel me? So that right there fucked this whole shit up because he stopped taking his medicine, started drinking like everything was cool, blood clot rush, came to his shit, killed him. Now, his cousin, who used to hoop, was a lightweight thorough nigga, start fucking with kids when he could fuck with bad bitches. He had a family. He had a wife and a family. I didn't understand why he was doing this shit. What made him do this dumbass shit? So I'm like, damn. This nigga got, and I posted shit on Facebook and people was like, oh, I remember him. I'm like, yeah. This nigga done fucked his life up. This nigga got life and 50 years. Niggas that murder shit don't get that kind of time because he was a social worker. They take that shit serious. You fucking with kids. We don't know how many kids you done did this shit to. I was just like, damn. I didn't even know how to feel about that shit. I was just like, oh shit. I just kept following it and trying to find out that they catch the nigga and all that kind of shit. And I wasn't like I wanted them to get caught, but I was just like, damn, this shit is crazy. I can't believe no shit like this. Next one. They had another cousin. This nigga name was Jerry. He used to hang with me and shit. And he was a young nigga. You feel me? He ain't hang with me like that, but like he gravitated towards me because I was the nigga out there posted on the block every day. He was like, what's up, OG or whatever. He was a little young nigga with an old nigga swag. We smoking cigarettes and shit. And like I think he had lost his eye. Was that a glass eye? Or one of his eyes was fucked up somehow or whatever. But his moms and them sent him from another town, another city to stay with his grandfather because he was wilding out or whatever. So he a young nigga or whatever. He doing his thing. Now, my cousin and the nigga that died, that's the other cousin, L.A., they booking my nigga. They booking my nigga because he got the weed on deck, and these niggas booking this nigga. Now, he don't know who booking him because L.A. could be booking this nigga for smoking dope sometime or whatever, or trying to get some money, and then this nigga just a little slime ball nigga that's a thief. You feel me? And that just be doing all kind of shit. He ain't even from Cleveland. So, he hanging with me. You know what I'm saying? I let him hustle, whatever, trying to get him right. You know, I be trying to like polish up the little niggas. Like, nigga, do it like this. Because I knew he was booking his cousin, because his cousin used to always come looking for him to beat his ass or whatever. I'm like, my nigga, nah. I'm going to get you right, nigga. Fuck with me. Boom, boom, boom. Put this in your hand, nigga. Sell this or whatever. But that just really wasn't his M.O. His M.O. was just being a little, like, shiesty nigga. You feel me? So, his grandfather moved him back out of town. Like, I'm cool on this little nigga. He's stealing from us. He doing too much. We can't fuck with this nigga. So, years go down the line or whatever. I'm fucking with this chick who mother used to fuck with the grandfather. So I just happened to be talking. I'm like, hey, whatever happened to Jerry? She like, oh, shit, you don't know what the fuck happened to that nigga? I'm like, no, what the fuck happened? She like, man, like this nigga grown now. So she like, man, this nigga was breaking in people's houses. He broke in his one old lady house, raped her, beat her to death. I don't know what happened, why he did that, but he beat her to death and raped her. An old lady that was like 80, 70 something to 80 years old. This nigga beat and raped her, broke in her house, beat and raped her and robbed her. And they gave that nigga the death penalty. So when I was asking about that nigga, he was already dead. They already put the needle in his arm. 10 years later, they put the needle in his arm and got him the fuck up out of there. I'm like, wow. When I look at my nigga today that's still living or whatever, doing this thing, I just be looking like, damn, bro. A lot of crazy shit happening in your bloodline, you understand me? They come in threes, they say. And I ain't even mention no other shit. I just wanted to make this like not that long, but you know, give y'all something to get your yum on. But hey, that shit fucked up. 10 years later, they put the needle in his arm. That nigga was already dead. So my nigga, that was their cousin, died from getting shot. Played with that shit, drunk with my cousin. The motherfucking shit traveled through his body to his heart and killed him. My other nigga, that was his cousin, was a fly nigga that was getting bitches, was a hoop star. Ended up became a social worker, had a family, and started fucking drugging, like really drugging. That's how they looking at it, giving these hoes weed and drink and fucking these 16, 15-year-olds. And then my little nigga Jerry, that was already fucked up his whole life or whatever. And you never thought you would see no shit like this. Him breaking in people's houses, broke in an old lady house, raped her and killed her, and they gave that nigga the needle immediately. Yeah. Drama House A Game Entertainment, 216 The Movement. We move with you dig.